Any artist from any genre, if they need a stage, we welcome you to our Tiniest Stage here on K-Poppin every Thursday. And today, it is definitely going to be a fangirl moment for myself because I almost sold my soul for this artist to be in the studio. We get a chance to sit down with singer-songwriter, producer, amazing vocalist. The list goes on and on and on. Sion in the studio. Hello.
Thank you so much.
Welcome to the program.
I'm so grateful to be here.
Okay, Sion, please introduce yourself to our listeners. Just say hi quickly.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Sion. I'm a singer-songwriter. I make indie pop music, but I try not to focus on one genre. I try to be versatile, as versatile as possible when it comes to my music. Yeah.
Okay. You know what? I was actually going to ask you that today because every time I listen to your songs, like I've got like punk in some tracks, like we can get a little bit of like that alternative rock punk vibe, and then we've got some like soul funk from like the 60s and 50s, and then we've got like some synth pop from like the 80s. Like you've got so many different genres going on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm loving the fact that you don't want to be described by it.
Yeah. I think I listen to a lot of different genres.
Okay.
So I think every artist kind of like projects what they listen to their own music.
Right.
But I listen to almost everything. So I think I kind of project that onto my own projects as well.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So we're going to get to know Sion today. I already know a little bit about him because like I've been stalking him for a while.
Oh my God.
I saw him very like coincidentally on a program. We're going to talk about it a little bit later. Fell in love with his voice, found out that there was some fun, interesting facts, aka he speaks English, but there's a lot more fun facts. So let me kind of start off with, I saw you on J Park's Drive.
Yeah.
And I feel that after that show, you probably got a lot of calls from like friends, family, but also like other programs as well. So what was like the initial, like after the show, because I know you guys probably taped it like weeks in advance.
Yeah.
So after the show aired, like what was the initial reaction from the people around you?
I think most of my friends were surprised that I met J Park.
What was that like?
It was crazy because J Park was an artist that I like really loved back then when I started making pop music.
Okay.
And he is one of a kind. So it was really awesome to meet him, to get to know him. And he is such a nice person as well. So it was really awesome telling my friends about all that, like kind of bragging about it.
Right. Like, it was
I
a
met
great
J
show.
Park, you know?
It was great. And he's like, yeah, we got a high five. We hugged. Like, you know?
Yeah. We ate ramen together.
Exactly. Okay, definitely. So we want to get to know you a little bit today. So I'm going to go for the basics. So since you've been super busy recently, let's go back to the basics of, you have a very beautiful name. Sion is a very trendy name because I feel that right now artists especially, and I'm doing this because I'm a little bit older, Gen Z artists tend to like to be very creative with their stage names. But I feel that Sion could be your real name.
It is.
Oh, it is.
It is my real name. My full name is Sion Chong.
Okay.
But I didn't want to make it like complicated because I think my name is pretty beautiful. Yeah,
it is. Props to your parents.
Yeah. So I just went for my real name as my stage name.
Okay. So there's been, when you were on the program, and if anybody didn't see it yet, you kind of can go back and watch the first episode of J Park's Drive because that's where you can find him on. While you were introduced there, obviously they told you, they said that you could speak English and Korean as well. But a very interesting thing was brought up that you were not born in Korea and you were not born in the U.S. You were born in another country.
Yeah, I was born in Germany.
Okay. Are you a military brat like myself?
No.
Oh,
my parents are opera singers.
So that makes a lot of sense.
They went to Germany to like study singing there, and yeah, then I was born there.
Okay. How long did you live there?
I actually came to Korea like the first time. Obviously, I came here like for vacation. for
Right,
2
when you were
weeks.
younger. Yeah.
But the first time really living here, I came here probably 2 years ago.
Oh,
So
wow.
I lived there for almost 18 years.
So you would like, so a lot of Korean Americans, kind of boast themselves as, like Korean Americans because they were pretty much raised in the U.S. So you identify as Korean German?
I think so.
Okay.
But my nationality is Korean.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of weird.
That's good. Yeah, it is kind of weird.
Yeah.
So you do speak German fluently?
Yeah. I think it's the language that I'm most comfortable in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. English was learned in school?
Yeah. I always was really highly interested in English and other languages, but mostly in English.
Mm-hmm.
So I used to watch YouTube videos in English in a very young age. And yeah, I think English has always been a very big part of my life. That's also the reason why I write most of my lyrics in English.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. I know that even seeing my like cousins and stuff back in the States, and myself included, before I came to Korea, keeping the mother tongue is not that easy, even though you live in a Korean household.
Yeah.
But your Korean is amazing. So how did you keep up with the mother tongue?
I think I have to thank my parents, especially my mother, for
Okay.
that, because my mother really, she had the opinion that it's important to learn the mother language at first and then learn other languages.
There we go.
So she taught me Korean at first. So I couldn't speak German properly until I was at primary school.
Okay.
So I had some struggles at the beginning, but then I kind of got used to it really quickly, because in the young age you really get used to a language much quicker than when you are grown up, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah.
And I noticed that even with my cousins back in the States, as long as you can maintain the mother tongue at home,
Yeah.
and you don't kind of rebel against it,
Yeah.
you're going to naturally learn whatever native tongue you're going to school with.
Yeah.
Because you're friends and
Yeah.
like, the curriculum
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
It's like you have to survive.
Right, you have to survive. Even though you don't want to speak German or English, it's like you kind of have to.
Yeah, you have to.
So Leon is asking a really interesting question. Great transition for us as well. So do you think that living in Germany, spending most of your life in Germany, has any effect on your music?
Definitely.
Okay.
Like, I feel like my musical taste is very based in Europe.
Right.
I don't think my music is very colorful like idol music
Right.
or like regular pop music.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has like kind of that vintage color.
It does.
And I always try to try to show my vintage color in my music. And I feel like Europe is a very cloudy, the weather is always cloudy, and I feel like the people wearing always vintage stuff and everything. So I think that affected me really much.
Okay.
And yeah, and also my attitude, I think I'm very slow. Like,
You don't give me like very 빨리빨리 Korean vibes
No,
at all.
I'm still getting used to this 빨리빨리 한국식 정서. Yeah, but yeah.
Okay, I can already tell, but I feel that you can kind of see it in his music too. So if you guys haven't listened to Sion's tracks after today, kind of go back and listen through all of his music, discography. It's just you can kind of sense it in the way that he sings as well, and even the covers that he does too. Yeah. So you said your parents were opera singers. So this is the thing. Like, I know that and it's a stereotype, but classical music families tend to be very conservative. That's kind of a big stereotype.
Yeah.
And we kind of see on dramas and movies that classical parents kind of push for a very classical upbringing for their children, especially when it comes to like music. Like they want them to learn the more conservative side of classical music and follow in their footsteps to do opera or, you know, to do more that side of music.
Yeah.
Was that your upbringing or did you rebel from day one?
No. I started also as a classical musician.
Really?
Yeah, I started playing the piano and the violin when I was 6 years old.
Do you still play?
Violin I kind of got away from. I played it until I was 15.
Really?
Yeah. But
well, you should stuck to 15.
yeah.
Most of the time, like after like junior high, you're like, no.
Yeah.
Like, you know, elementary school, like, no.
No, I had actually fun playing it.
Okay.
But I also stopped playing classical piano when I was 15. I stopped both. That is not because I didn't like the instruments. I just didn't like kind of the attitude of classical musicians.
Okay.
Because like when I used to do classical music a bit more casually, my parents didn't push me that much.
Okay.
Like they were not really like the stereotype. They didn't push me. I just did it because I liked it.
Okay.
But when I like got really into it, like there was a professor who wanted to like teach me a bit more intermediate stuff.
Right.
And then I got into competitions and everything, and I just wanted to enjoy the music. But all these people at these competitions were just like, "Don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you."
You're my competition.
Yeah.
We can't be friends.
Yeah. This is a competition, you know. Stay away.
A very Jesse moment.
Yeah.
This is a competition.
You know. And I didn't understand that attitude back then. And also, like classical musicians, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that like this, but I feel like classical musicians kind of refuse to listen to different types of music.
I think that's why the stereotype kind of comes out that they're very conservative because just kind of like from afar, it kind of just looks like
Yeah.
They're like their own little bubble.
My parents admitted that too. That they like before I really got into popular music, that they didn't really like saw popular music as real music.
Right.
They just thought it was stantara in Korean.
Right. Then they're just, you know, like just the alternative side of things.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that's not real music.
Yeah. But as soon as I got into like pop music, I decided to make pop music when I was like 17, 18.
So not that long ago.
No.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Was there like a turning point for you? Like, did you watch a movie all of a sudden and like you're like, God, I wish I could do something like that? Or did like an artist kind of pop up for you as an inspiration? What was that turning point for you?
I think it's kind of also rebellion.
Right.
You know, not against my parents, but against
classical music
in general. When I stopped classical music when I was 15, I like got into studying and everything. But then suddenly when I was turned 17, I kind of wanted to do music again, but not classical music.
Okay.
So I thought about it, and then I kind of went for the complete opposite. I went into hip hop music.
Wow.
And started rapping on like type beats on YouTube. And my parents surprisingly didn't like say anything about it. They were really supportive. And also the fun fact is I like applied for an audition called The Voice of Germany.
Right. I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
But actually I didn't apply for that at first place. My parents applied for that because they told me, if you want to do popular music, you have to show yourself to the masses. So they applied me for the show.
Which I think is kind of a first for anything, because I've had a good handful of artists that were like from audition programs.
Yeah.
And most of the time it's like, because they've been raised out of Korean parents, and, the typical stereotype of Asian parents is like, study, 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 study. Don't sing. Don't do the, entertainment thing. Yeah. And so I feel that a lot of parents, they would kind of go against their parents' wishes, audition, and not expect it like to get anywhere. But you okay, so I mean, obviously you've been in that country for your entire life. So I feel that, just it doesn't really matter if it was Germany, the US, or Korea, you were on The Voice. Now, The Voice, I feel, out of all of the competition programs, has a better rep for more quote unquote talented musicians, I feel. And this is kind of my personal experience. But anyways, what was the experience like?
Being on The Voice?
Yeah, being on The Voice.
Oh.
Because I bet it was worse than the concours and competitions you were doing for piano and classical music.
Yeah. I don't know. I had fun.
Okay.
But at the same time, it was so quick and everything was so confusing. Because that was like probably 6 months after I got into popular music. So I didn't know much about professional pop singing.
Right.
Actually, like, it was really confusing because I had to change style in the show so many times.
Right.
I started as a singer. I sang a song by Joji.
Mm-hmm.
But then in the second round they found out that I could rap, and then they asked me to rap, and then I did a kind of a written freestyle rap on the show, and then in the third round they would tell me to sing like a song that is half rap and half singing, like Post Malone type thing, and I was like, okay, what am I? What am I really?
Exactly. It's like, what am I doing? Who am I? Where am I? What am I doing?
Yeah. I had so much fun, but after the show was over, like when it ended, I think it's the same for every audition, but the people who watch the show kind of lose interest.
Right.
And that's what I experienced as well. And then I was like, time has passed. I also released some music after that, but nobody really listened to that.
Right.
So I was like, kind of, I don't know if I should do this. So I applied for university.
Okay.
And I plan to quit music.
Oh, okay. You're like, okay, I tried it. Never mind.
Yeah,
it's over.
I
okay.
tried it. I just like listening to music. I think that's fine for me.
Mm-hmm.
But then my boss right now,
your current CEO,
CEO, my label owner, he contacted me on Instagram, like probably 2 weeks after I applied for my university.
Timing, 대표님. I mean, 2 weeks prior would have been great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And then he told me he liked my stuff. And he wanted to work on some songs. He didn't tell me about the contract and everything. He just told me he liked my stuff and he would like to work on some songs. And then he told me to send some demo tracks over. And I had no demo tracks because I didn't really know how to properly produce a song.
Right.
And then I panicked and told him that I got demos. Even though I didn't have any. And then I didn't sleep for 3 days and made a demo tape with 12 tracks, I think.
12 tracks in 3 days?
Yeah.
How long were the demos?
I think all probably 2 to 3 minutes.
So you said full songs?
Yeah.
Not like, first verse snippets.
No.
In 3 days?
Yeah. And my boss was really, he was really hyped about that.
I would be too.
Yeah. But he didn't know at that time that I did that in 3 days.
Exactly.
I told him later.
Right. Like he probably thought you just archived it and like organized it and sent it to him.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, I'm going to have Sion tell us a little bit more about his story of how he came to Korea and all that. I wish we could just talk today, but I can't bring this talented of an artist without listening to him sing live.
All right.
So out of all the songs, I love all of your songs. It looks like the first track you've chosen for a live performance for today is Knowledge Addict.
Yeah.
I really love the lyrics for this, but how did you come up with this song?
It's a song about love in general. Like I think it depends on the listener. But for me, it's more about love in a relationship.
Okay.
And the partner, like when the partner does suspicious stuff, then you kind of start searching for clues.
Right.
And then you kind of get addicted to the knowledge, you know? And that's why I called the song Knowledge Addict.
Okay.
And even though you know that it might hurt you even more as much as you know about what she's doing, you kind of can't get away from that.
Right, because you're addicted.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I wrote this song about that.
Do you need to drink a sip of water before you sing?
I don't think so.
Oh, you don't think so? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, for the sense of things for us to get ready, Sion's in the studio. He's going to get a chance to sing Knowledge Addict for us. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. You ready? You sure?
Yeah, wait.
Positive?
Yeah, I'm positive.
Triple positive? Okay. So we got Sion in the studio. Knowledge Addict is the track he's going to sing as our first live for today here on our Tiniest Stage. Music, cue.
Let's go. Oh, baby, I'm a knowledge addict. I wanna be a god. I want to know everything and everything inside you. Oh, I am on a knowledge bad trip. Explosion of my mind. I was too selfish, I understand, but it is too much to process for me. But I took it all in, 'cause I didn't know that knowing is something that hurts so bad. Oh God, how you hold up. This is something a bit. I still don't know anything, but it kills. My pulse, my blood is still on drugs. Still addicted to your love. Even if I wanna get out of this nightmare, it won't stop. My pulse, my blood is still on drugs. Wanna know you more and more. Even if I'm not the only one addicted to your love. Hey. I'm a shock, a fanatic. I feel most alive when I'm drowning in my nightmares, hearing my own cries, seeing the truth right in front of my mind. Keep on denying all these other things around you, trying to catch your high. You're still mine. I should've known that loving you is painfully beautiful, that you made me believe you love me to amplify the truth. I couldn't stop researching when I found a glimpse of a clue, that you're a cheater, still I love you even if it's so foolish. I just take it all in, and I know that everything you said was scripted, a lie. I get that you are the God I used to praise and resent. You knew all my pain and kept it for yourself. My pulse, my blood is still on drugs. Still addicted to your love. Even if I wanna get out of this nightmare, it won't stop. My pulse, my blood is still on drugs. Wanna know you more and more. Even if I'm not the only one addicted to your love. Love, yeah. Only one
Bravo. Bravo.
Thank you.
Days like this, I love my job. We have Sion in the studio. I'm totally fangirling today, not being professional. I don't care. I love that Sion's in the studio with us.
You.
He just sang live Knowledge Addict, and we are getting to get to know him. So Sion left us off at how he kind of met his current CEO, and I think kind of his move to Korea. So you told us that you made, what, 10 songs?
12.
12 songs. 12 songs in 3 days.
Yeah.
That's like physically impossible. Like it normally takes like a team of producers to make one mega hit track in like 3 weeks. Like I'm giving you like a really short timeline for that too. He pulled out 2 to 3 minute demo songs, 12 of them in 3 days.
Yeah.
You crazy. Did you sleep?
No, I didn't.
Of course, yeah, obviously.
I didn't.
Don't do that. It's bad for your health.
Yeah, but I was kind of desperate.
right. Okay, so I mean, the internet is a very dangerous place, but obviously there has to be that like, you know, gut feeling of, oh, this is not a scam. This person seems legit. Like you just spent 3 days cramming out songs because somebody DM'd you.
Yeah.
So was there any doubt that this might be a scam?
No, because my boss contacted me on Instagram.
Right.
And my boss is also rapper, Mami Son. And I already knew him.
Okay.
And he also had that
The verification.
verification. So I was like, okay, this is something.
Okay, so this should be fine.
Yeah,
I
it
should be
fine.
okay.
Yeah. And he also called me after I sent him the demo tracks 3 days after the first time he contacted me. So he called me and told me that he wanted to sign me to his label. And I told him that I want to think about it. I didn't really... Yeah, because I already applied for my university.
Right. Because I mean, it's not every day that Mami Son asks you
Yeah.
to be in his label,
Yeah.
but you're like, hold on, hold that thought. I just applied to college.
Yeah.
Okay. So what happened? College career.
Yeah, I was thinking about it, but then my boss like told me, okay, then just come over and just spend some time with our team, with the other artists in our label, and then decide what you want to do.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good move, 대표님.
Yeah.
That's a smart move. Suck him in. Come to Korea, show him how the best it could be, and then suck him in when he gets you.
Yeah.
That's a genius move.
Yeah.
Genius
I fell for it.
So how shortly after you had a taste of what it could be like to be in Mami Son's company, did you come to Korea to actually just kind of settle down?
I went to Korea the first time, like as a testing time, and was there for like 2 months, I think.
Okay.
And I really enjoyed it. And then I already signed the contract there. So I signed the contract in Korea.
Okay.
I discussed it with my parents, but I told my boss that I want to go back to Germany, and because I was not even a rookie. I was just unknown.
Right.
So I was like, let's do this slowly. I want to study still.
Oh.
So I went back to Germany, started studying, and because I had kind of the confidence that I could do both at the same time, because I thought nobody would like request any like radio shows like this, or yeah.
You felt that you could just kind of release some tracks,
Yeah.
get your music out there, but still kind of do the studying at the same time, which could be possible.
And my boss agreed to that.
Right.
So I went back. But then during the time when I was like in Korea in the testing time, I went on like a show called Dingo Rising Verse.
Yes, I saw that.
And it went viral.
Yes, it did.
And the problem was that it went really viral. And people started like requesting things. It didn't went like I planned it.
Right. You just wanted to come very quietly release music with some amazing people and then like do stuff back home.
Yeah.
But like, stop noticing me.
They started noticing me, and I panicked again. And I thought about it. I was in Germany, and I also cried a lot because I had really struggles about what I should do now, because
it's overwhelming though. Because I mean, you're young still, and I feel that anybody at that age, anybody at any age going viral, and I mean, it's a great thing, but it's like, as an artist, it's a dream come true. But at the same time, it's going so fast. Like you were talking about on The Voice, like you can't control the taping and how fast I have to do things and the missions, and like I can't do it at my own pace. And so not having control of that is also a very huge dilemma, I think, that a lot of artists can probably go through.
Yeah, definitely. And then I kind of decided I want to study still. I don't want to do this so quickly. But then my parents told me, no.
Normally it's the other way around. Normally parents are like, oh, 잘 됐어. Okay, study. Don't do the music thing. Okay, go study. But now he's like, no, I want to study.
But my parents were like, no, you're going to go. You're going to leave us.
You're going to leave the nest. We're going to push you into a plane and go to Korea. Do that music thing.
Yeah. And then it happened.
And you're kind of here.
Yeah, I'm here. I don't know what happened.
Kind of against your will, it seems like.
No,
not against.
I love to be here.
Right.
I am very thankful that my parents were there when I couldn't decide for myself. And
okay. So your next song is 5 minutes. We're going to really have to quickly dive into the performance. If not, we're not going to be able to get a chance to listen to the song today.
Oh, no.
But I'm going to ask a few questions from our listeners right after we come back. So I want to dive into this live performance as soon as possible so we can start to know a little bit more about his career and get some of these questions answered. But your next track is Grow. What kind of song it is? Just like a backstory of what Grow is like.
Yeah. I have a song that I listened to a lot when I started making pop music.
Okay.
It's called Still Fighting It by Ben Folds.
Okay.
And it is a song from the perspective of a father talking to his son about how growing is a very painful process. And I didn't understand that when I was not a grown up. And now that I just grew up into a grown up, into an adult, I kind of started understanding what he meant by that. And I wanted to make a song, a response to the song that kind of brought me really into this genre.
Okay.
So, Grow is a track from the perspective of a son to his father who has now grown up and now understands what his father meant.
Okay. You don't need to have a sip of water?
I think I need
now's
to have
the time,
a sip.
right. Now's the time to take a sip of water. For those of you just joining us in the studio, we have Sion here. He's going to take a chance to get some water in, and then he's going to sing live for us, Grow. As our Tiniest Stage continue, there's a lot of questions coming in that I want to try to answer as soon as possible. So we're going to dive into this live performance. If he's ready. Sion, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, music cue.
Morning, Father, it's the first day that I woke up without your daily breathing. Exercises and your prayer that I used to hate so much, 'cause They were lasting for too long, but I kinda miss your preachers. Now that I found myself going to church and started praying for my friends and my family, 'cause that's the only thing that keeps me going on. Oh Lord, no way, yeah. Why did you decide, make the rule of times, Lord, yeah. No way, yeah. I just don't feel ready at all, and I never understood your apologies. Every inch I grew, every time I dreamed, you just shed a tear that I couldn't see. But why'd you hide that growing isn't easy? Why'd you only sing when I wasn't home? The song that I would sing when I'm all alone. Like you shed a tear that I couldn't see. You and I, we are both still fighting it. This is probably the last song I would write without thinking about reception. But I thought it'd be a missed opportunity not to make a bland song in an album about my life. Let's just let go for a moment. All this chit-chat about artistry is tedious, and it made me just forget that I'm a child still and not a grown-up. Do I really have to care? Oh Lord, no way, yeah. Why did you decide, make the rule of times, Lord, yeah. No way, yeah. I just don't feel ready at all. But why'd you hide that growing isn't easy? Why'd you only sing when I wasn't told? The song that I would sing when I'm all alone. Like you shed a tear that I couldn't see. You and I, we are both still fighting it. No, you and I, we are both. You and I, we are both still fighting it. You and I, we are both. 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 Father, oh, you and I, we are both. You and I, we are both. You and I, we are both fighting. Yeah, 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 yeah. Is there really no way?
Bravo.
Thank you.
Bravo. We've got Sion in the studio. I'm not sending him out of the studio today. I can't end my show. I don't want him to go.
Great.
I don't want him to go. Maybe I'll just tell all of our other DJs to go home. We have Sion in the studio. Okay, so Grim has been asking a lot of questions on our Instagram account, on our live stream today. But one of them that stands out is that most of everything you do, which is like creating music, actually knowing how to use the, like the systems and stuff like that, is self-taught. Is that true?
Yeah.
So you're just a genius, pretty much.
No.
Wow. Okay. So the question, the money question for today is about Money Machine. The dance that you do.
The dance.
Was that self-taught or did you learn how to dance?
You mean in the music?
In the music video.
No, it was not a dance. It was just like kind of a performance.
그림님 배운 건 아니고요. 그냥 춘 거래요. 그냥 율동 정도래요.
I didn't consider that as dancing.
Our listeners do. Your fans do.
Really? Wow.
Now you've done some collaborations with other artists. So Emlita was asking, how did you end up working with Chunyoung? Because I would like to know, did he reach out to you first or did you reach out to him? Was it through mutual friends?
He did reach out to me on Instagram.
Yeah, there we go.
I think
slipping into the DMs.
Yeah, I think it's always the DMs.
These days, definitely.
Yeah, these days more DMs than emails, I think.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah, he reached out to me, and then I loved the demo that he sent me, the version. So I wrote my top line on it.
Wow.
And recorded it and sent it over. And then
that's how the song came.
Yeah.
There's your version of TNX's Love or Die.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
They reached out.
They slipped into his DMs.
Yeah. And then they told me that they have a project where they would ask like more indie and more minor artists to cover their
songs.
Title song, Love or Die. And I just went for my own version, which is more of a R&B groovy beat. The original was more like emo pop,
right,
like pop punk. So I felt like it would be fun to go the complete opposite of that.
Okay. You've been telling us that you love to listen to so many different genres, and you hate to kind of box yourself into any particular genre in general. So what would be your dream collaboration? So you've already worked with TNX and Chunyoung and some other artists as well. But if you could have Beyonce or anybody on your track.
I always had when I started producing, I had always these top 3 artists that led my produce away. First artist was James Blake.
Okay.
He is a singer from the UK.
Okay.
And he makes very experimental beats and production, but he is a beautiful singer.
Okay.
And that he inspired me the most when I started singing. And the second would be Porter Robinson, who is an EDM producer, but he is not like the other producers who are more very hyped up musicians. He is more, his music is EDM, but it's really bittersweet.
Okay.
So I think that bittersweetness in my music also comes a lot from his music.
Okay.
So that would probably be my top 2 to work with.
There we go.
Yeah.
You've got such range in your vocals. When you are in your low range, you've got that nice husky, unique sound, but then you can really belt those high notes that you showed us in Grow, and you've got a beautiful falsetto.
Thank you.
Is that all practiced, or is this also just kind of a natural self-taught ordeal?
I practice a lot.
Oh, okay.
That's why I don't like people calling. I'm very thankful that people call me genius or prodigy or something like that. But I really work on my vocals, on my production.
For the vocals, did you ever ask your parents, vocally, who do you think you take after more, mama or papa?
I don't think I took both.
Both a little bit.
At the same time, not even
close.
I don't think I took anything from them, but the talent that they gave me. When I would ask them how should I sing, or could you teach me some tips,
breathing tips and stuff like that.
They would wouldn't tell me much about it because they think that opera singing and pop singing is too different to tell me how to do something.
Smart move, mom and dad.
Yeah.
Wow. Because I feel that as a musician, because like as a parent too, like you want to help your child if they have a question, but also to be able to like, no, you got to figure that on your own.
Yeah.
That probably was never easy.
When I didn't sing like pop, when I just sang like more in opera direction just for fun, when I was a little younger, my father used to do like breathing exercises, which I talked about on the song Grow.
Right.
But that was really all. He didn't. After I decided to make pop music, he didn't like engage into anything that I did.
Wow, that's very interesting.
Yeah.
Sion, seriously, I wish I could have you here for like the whole day. Like I never want to send you out of the studio because I'm afraid I'm never going to get a chance to have you back because you're going to be so busy.
No.
But before we say goodbye, I know that there's probably a lot more things coming from you. You just dropped some new music for us. So what is in the horizon for us? What can we look forward to? Is there like a new mini coming out? Is there a full-length album coming out? Is there a tour coming up? Concerts?
I think because I already released my recent EP, I don't think there's another EP or album coming out like in the next few months.
Okay.
But there are some collaborations coming up as well.
Okay.
And also more music videos.
Okay.
And also...
Can we look forward to some more performances?
Probably, yeah.
그림님, 그런 춤 더 본대요. 뮤직비디오 더 있대요. There's more music videos with performances, guys.
Wow.
Yay!
Yay! I'm dancing.
Yeah. Okay, so probably just follow your socials, your Instagram to just get those updates.
Yeah, but me and my label, we're gonna try to like get me more into a global audience.
Okay.
So yeah, stay tuned on my Instagram.
Page.
Yeah, pages and everything.
There might be a tour coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Sion, thank you so much for joining us today. It was an honor to have you here.
It was so fun.
This is one of my favorite collaborations that you did recently with EXN. It's called 악몽 Nightmare. Really recommend this track. We're going to listen to this as our last track for today. Thank you so much for being with us, and we will see you soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Bye!
Goodbye.